Alright guys, welcome back to the LPR Trading Group YouTube channel. I've got a video today for you guys on some order flow price action that was happening in the market today. I was actually on a call with one of the members, and during our call while we were talking about JigSaw, which is the program you're looking at right now, I was trying to help the member get his JigSaw program set up. We actually saw an order flow trade unfolding, so I thought this would probably be the best time to show this member how JigSaw worked, and it was such a good order flow opportunity that I figured I'd share with all of you guys as well. So I have a video pulled up here, and we're going to scroll through this video and see how this trade plays out, and I'm going to do my best to explain everything that I see and everything that I saw in real time. I've muted the volume here because we were just rambling as this trade was progressing. So I'm just going to do a voiceover on this trade, and I'll scroll through the trade so we can get to some of the good parts here. But pretty much what is happening is, let me pull this up here. What is happening is we have a large order here sitting on JigSaw on the auction vista. Okay, so we can see the large order. It is represented by this line right here. So this thicker, brighter red line at 4460 is representing a large order on the ask, on the auction vista, on JigSaw. Now what does this mean? This means a few things. Well, number one, if buyers put pressure on this order up here, they could push through this order. If this guy is not reloading his contracts and holding this level down, they could push through this order, provide some liquidity for the buyers, and push price to the upside. Now that wasn't the case here. As this trade plays out, you guys are going to see that this buyer is very content on holding this price level 4460. Now this is a really good spot for us because if we have a strong, if we have a strong seller in this area holding down a price level, we can look to front run the seller and use this seller to place our stop. What do I mean by that? We could essentially get an order or get into a trade in front of the seller and place a stop order a tick or two behind the seller, using him as protection between current price and our stop. And as you guys can see already, on the depth of market on JigSaw, I have an order in here for 2 contracts, a limit order to short 2 contracts at 4459.50 in front of this big seller. So we're going to play this out a little bit and see how this trade works out. Again, I'm going to scroll through this. I've got my stop already set before we're in the order. I've got a limit order out to sell 2 contracts or short 2 contracts here at 4459.50. I've got a stop that is 3 ticks away. To get a 3-tick stop on ES is amazing, really, especially if we're looking for a bigger move on this play. It gets you in the money and gets you in good money really, really quickly. So we'll see how this order flow plays out. Let me just scroll forward a little bit here. Ignore some of those drawings because, as I said, I was talking to one of the members here. But I want to get to an area where price really starts assaulting that 4460 area just so we can see how everything's moving, and I can explain to you guys what we're seeing on the order flow here. So push forward a little bit right here. Okay, so this is the area where price really starts pushing into this 4460. Now you see these bubbles showing up here on the auction vista. What that's representing is if the bubble is mostly blue, that means there's a lot of pressure hitting the market at the ask. The red represents pressure hitting the market on the bid. Okay, so obviously more blue, more aggressive buyers, more red, more aggressive sellers. So you'd probably say, well, Dave, we've got a ton of aggressive buyers coming in here into this 4460. Are we worried? We're not worried. Number one, we haven't got filled yet, and if we did get filled, we do have our stop in. It's only 3 or 4 ticks away, and this is how trading works. We get ourselves into high probability, good risk versus reward scenarios that are going to work out in our favor in the long run and pay us money, right? So we do have buying come in here, but we haven't seen this seller get touched yet. And if this seller gets touched and starts reloading contracts at this price, holding down buyers, this is a very good sign, a very, very good sign for us. So we'll play this out a little bit. Actually, I'll scroll through because it's probably easier. Here we go. So now we're coming up into this seller again. You see how we're taking this seller's contracts here? We're taking the seller's contracts, but he is reloading his contracts. And we're going to see this show up here as soon as we get right into that 4460 price. Watch this area. These areas right here where you see the highlighted prices, this is current price and where the exchange is happening. Once we get current price up into and close to this 4460, I want you to watch these columns here. Right now we've got someone reloading contracts, 195 contracts down here, which is holding price down at this current moment. 230. So this is sellers reloading contracts into the ask, holding down all of these aggressive buyers. If we look at the book map like this, or sorry, the auction vista and the depth of market like this, these are aggressive buyers. These are passive sellers. If these passive sellers continue to reload contracts, these aggressive buyers can never push price through their desired price to move price to the upside. So as long as these sellers are passively selling into these aggressive buyers, the buyers can't push price higher. We'll watch this play out here for a second. We're starting to get imbalances here to the sell side. So what an imbalance is here, this is the market buy at the ask. This is the market bid. So we have an imbalance here on the buy side. We got 214 by 8. Okay, a 214 by 8 means that there's more pressure at market on the ask than there was on the bid at this current price. Same for below. We have a sell side imbalance, 176 by 75. There was more pressure on the bid at this time than there was on the ask at market. Let's play this again. Try to move it forward, scoot it forward a little bit. Here we go. So this is what I want to see right here. So you see, as soon as we get into this 4460 area, which is where this large sell order was sitting, look at the aggressive buying represented by this large blue bubble plus this number right here. As said before, what does this number mean? That means this amount of contracts being aggressively bought at market on the ask. What did this passive seller do? He reloaded 533 contracts into this aggressive buying in order to hold price down. So you see why we're hiding our stop behind this guy? This is a big player. Listen, some of you guys might be big players, but I doubt you're watching this YouTube video if you are. Our job is to find these areas on the chart that line up with technical, or find these levels on our depth that line up with technical areas on the chart where we can execute low risk, high probability trades that are going to give us good risk versus reward. So in this situation, we're hiding behind a big boy at 4460 who's reloading contracts, who's holding aggressive buys down, and it's represented in multiple ways. Large buying, large passive selling at a current price. This price is also point of control, which is what that pink background means right here, point of control. That means this is where the most volume by price has been traded in this current session. Let's hit the play button again here. And we can see we come back into this price again, and we just missed it there. See how you can see at that price, that 4460, we now have 439 being reloaded, 619 hitting the ask. He is not letting anyone get through this 4460, so our stop feels safe back here. Even if we break the 4460, we stop out for 2 ticks, it's not a huge deal. Fast forward into the future a little bit. We're looking back at his price. Buyers want to come back and harass this seller again. We'll see if they can get back up there. Pardon me for that. As I said, I was on a call here with one of the students. You can see buyers are trying to come back up and put pressure on the seller again. He's still not letting them through. He still has contracts here. He has 145 contracts. He's not letting these buyers through. Our stop is still a few ticks above him, which is great. We want to be behind the big guy here. He's reloading contracts. We can see new orders coming in here. He now has 221 up in this area, that 4460. We see a buyer down here. We don't know if he's real or if he's fake, but what do I do with my order now? My cover order, to cover half my position, I'm putting it in front of this expected buyer. We don't know if this is a no intention to fill order just yet. We will know once price gets closer if he pulls this order, but at this point, I want to be in front of this big buyer because he could prop price on the other side and move the market to the upside. A lot of times these guys are throwing orders in far away from price action to prop price, especially for newer traders, not knowing that they have absolutely no intention to fill at this price. But in our case, we're short. I'm going to put my take profit down there for half the position for now. Again, we got big buyers here, 343 on the market at 4460. We can see the buyer bubble coming in, reloading contracts, not letting these buyers through. Huge, huge seller. You can see again, big bubble comes in here. He reloads. He doesn't let buyers through. And I apologize for all the drama on this video. I was on a call with a student, but it was such a good opportunity. I had to share it with you guys here. Fast forward a little bit here. And here we go. Now price starts really moving away from that 4460. Now if we look at this trade right here, we're in at this 4459.50. We've got a 4 to a 5 tick stop, and price has moved about 5 points, right? So if you're calculating your trade risk versus reward in ours, our take profit here is at 5 points. So we'd be making 4 or 5R on this trade just on half of the trade, right? We still look at our candles over here and our chart patterns on the right side. And boom, there we go. We hit our first take profit. This order that we were looking at here before, which we thought was a big buyer, as soon as price got close, what did he do? He left the game. This is a no intention to fill order. No intention to fill order. So he had no intention to fill any of his contracts here, but he was sitting there trying to prop price or trying to spoof the market. And this happens regularly. It happens all the time. Okay, so what I want you guys to take out of this is, if you guys have something, if you guys have a platform, whether it's DayTradr or Bookmap or whatever it might be, I encourage you guys to use it, record your screens, go over your charts after, and look at your key areas on your charts. Look at the key areas that you would have traded on your charts and rewatch the footage of your depth and your auction vista here on JigSaw Trader and see what you see. Because believe me, you're going to see what happens within these areas before it even happens on the chart. You're going to be 1 step ahead of the game, 2 steps ahead. You're going to be miles ahead of the game just by watching a simple piece of software like this. Now, I'll tell you something. I picked up JigSaw Trader or DayTradr, and I've been using it for a little while now, and I personally really love this. I'm going to leave you guys with this. I have a few discount codes down in the first comment message on this video. I'll put discount codes for all of their packages. They do offer a few of them, and I could probably show you the ones that they offer here. So these are some of the packages they offer. Guys, I only have the independent package. That's all I need. I do have a $100 discount code down in the first comment. I'll put it in the description as well. It'll get you this package for $479 instead of $579. This is a lifetime purchase. It's one and done, and you get access to all of this beautiful information here that you will absolutely be able to use when you're trading, and I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. If you guys have any questions, please like, comment, subscribe. I will get back to every single comment in the comment section. And again, happy trading. Be safe.